Hey everybody, this is Pastor Dustin recording for TeamNerdChurch.com, and today I am going to try not sideboarding because I've been doing some statistics for the games that I've been playing on here, and my post board I think is 8 wins and 11 losses, but my pre-board is 14 wins, 2 losses, and those 2 losses were entirely the fault of mulliganing. So basically, unless I mull to 5 and draw 5 lands off the top, then I win game 1. It seems to be a given, which is weird because in all the time that I've been playing Magic, I've never had something like that happen. So game 1 is awesome. Game 2 and game 3 are subpar. So I'm just going to try not sideboarding at all, unless the choice is just painfully obvious. I'm just going to leave it alone and see what happens. Here, I would very much like a third land. I've got 3 draws to get there, so that should happen. I do have a Lightning Strike in the meantime. When I get there, I've got double Rabblemaster into Flamespeaker. Alright, so on the draw, I get a 2-drop. Alright, well that's something. It's a pretty good 2-drop in the Eidolon because he usually gets removal out of their hand, deals them 2 damage, and buys a turn to start jamming the Rabblmasters. Alright, so we got Sultai. Let's see what his turn 2 play is. Tapped land. Oh, no carry added. There's the land that I was looking for. Awesome. Okay, so I'll start with an Eidolon and see if it can bait a removal spell out of him. Any end of turn shenanigans? Nope, no hijinks. Okay, so he just had no turn 2 play. So depending on his turn 3 play, we will either be burning something out of the way or just getting a Rabblemaster down. Alright, he's got the Courser, which we can't do a whole lot about here. Okay. It does have the Swamp on top. Alright, do we draw a way to remove the Courser? That is the question. Oh, I got another Lightning Strike. Not what I was hoping for. Let's see. I don't really have anything to pump the Flamespeaker with, so it's not good quite yet. I can Lightning Strike something to get that first strike damage to be lethal, and then get something off the second. But it's probably better to just jam the Rabblemaster. Okay. Send that in there, and then I do have Lightning Strike. Yeah, I'll take 2. I do have a Lightning Strike to be able to make a token take down the Courser later, if he wants to do that. I don't know that I necessarily want to be spending 2 mana on that. Might be better just to spend it on Rabblemaster, so I can get a 4-powered Rabblemaster in that'll probably trade with the Courser, acting as kind of like a semi-removal spell plus a token. Well, part of it just depends on... Alright, so he'll probably get a land off the top here. I would like to get this card engine shut down as quickly as possible. It's hard to beat a control deck when you're stuck with the mitt full and they have a card draw engine. I don't know what my opponent's thinking. I'll pause for you. Alright, he has to want this mana pretty badly since he didn't take the one off the top here. So what does he want? It's either going to be a blue or a black, and he already has one of them, so it's probably double black to kill the Rabblemaster would be my guess. He's tapping off 4. Murderous Cuts, okay. Well, that's one way to do it. So we get the Murderous Cut. Instead of grabbing the free land off the top. Alright. That is fine. Be nice if he swung into me here. No. He is smarter than that. Alright, so I get my 4th land. I get 2 for 1 myself and double strike and swing. That seems bad. I really only get to play either both of the Lightning Strikes or one of these other spells. So I think I'm going to stick with one of these other spells. the Rabble Master again so that I can get a token to hit that, and then Lightning Strike that later. So go to combat, hit him with the Goblin. If I could draw a Stoke off the top, I'd have enough to Stoke that pretty handily. Okay. So he's going to have 5, potentially 6 off the top. Alright, so he does have his land off the top. Good for him. Another carry added. Alright. Well, he's got a nice high life total and plenty of land, but so far he doesn't have any big threat down. So I'm not too worried. I'm a little worried. I'll be honest with you. I'm a little worried that I'm going to lose my game 1 here. But it still seems like I've got a mitt full. The other thing is just like eventually I run him out of removal and the Flame Speaker ends up getting pantsed up and swinging for a bajillion. Okay. So we're starting on something that's going to trigger the Eidolon, it looks like. Yeah. Alright. Carry added. I think he already had all the mana he needed, so I'm not too worried about that. Alright, I got a Nykthos, which right now is just an even draw. Let's see. If I get down... No, I don't have the mana to do a whole lot this turn. So for now, I'm just going to go to combat, and if he blocks the token with the Courser, then I can bolt it. Seems to be most appropriate, right? I think so. So we'll go to combat, attack with just the token, and hopefully get some value out of this Lightning Strike. If he blocks with the carry added, then I just get to keep the Goblin token around, so that's okay too. So really whatever he does in the situation, I'm okay with it. If he lets it through, I get the damage. If he goes here, I try to kill it. And if it goes here, I get another Goblin. So he is figuring out... Yeah, okay. So, let's see if I can kill the Courser. Does it go? Awesome, I got the Courser out of the way. Alright. So we'll go to the second main, get some mana out, and I think the Flame Speaker is correct here. It gets me the most mana. Well, actually, the Hammer or the Flame Speaker get the all the mana that I need going. So maybe it would have been more appropriate to go Hammer, and then next turn I would have 5 Devotion, so that's 5 mana, 6, 7. So I could have played this out as well as making a Golem. Yes, that was probably actually the correct move there. Alright, so he's got the bees. Normally the bees don't bother me too much, just because I have some way to sneak under those bees. But at the moment I'm not seeing it. Now I do have Double Strike, so if I attack through and he blocks with 2, I can kill the first one on Double Strike and bolt the second one, but if he blocks 3 then I get into trouble. So I think I just start sending in Goblins. This can block the Goblins pretty well, so I might end up Lightning Striking the Hornet Queen. I can make 5, 6, 7 mana. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can play it on my whole hand. I can also play a Lightning Bolt pre-combat and send in the rest of these guys. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I will go to combat. I will attack in, probably not with the team. I'm going to risk, will I? Yeah, I think I'll risk this Flame Speaker. If he triple blocks, then I'm in trouble. Well, no. Might be better just to... Alright, let me know what you guys think. This is a tough decision. I think I'm going to attack in with the Eidolon. And if the Eidolon dies, then I can play my hand out and not have to worry about this 12 life total. Because at this point, he's starting to be a bit more of the beatdown. Or I could just attack him with the Goblin and see if he swings back at me. And if he does, then try to drop a whole bunch of stuff. Alright, I'm gonna try to play this conservatively. And just send one Goblin. And just buy myself another turn here. See what he does with it. I would kind of like to kill my own Eidolon. And swinging with it would have it be taken out by an insect. So maybe that's the correct play. Maybe I should be attacking with both of those, have it die to an insect, then play out my whole hands with an Eidolon in the end. He says that's it, so I'm going to go ahead and attack with my Eidolon as well. And if I'm attacking with those, I may as well send in the Flame Speaker, right? Okay, so he blocks the Flame Speaker with the Hornet Queen. I will respond by bolting the Queen. So that actually works pretty well. I probably moved a little too fast. He probably had some other blocks in mind. Alright, so here we go. 2 off the top. I moved to the second main phase. Did I play that land this turn? Did I play a land? Okay, so I didn't play a land, so I do get this. And let's see. Don't know if I want that Satyr or not. Seems like it's a little late in the game and it's going to cost me 2. So I think I can probably pass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. And then 6. So I can hammer and then make a token, which I think is better than just playing this Eidolon out. See, I'll do that. Play the hammer. Take 2. Tap the hammer. And get rid of one of these lands. This way I can just start pumping out the colorless golems without taking any damage off of the Eidolon. Okay. I think I may have played that some version of correct. So if he comes back into me with some of the insects, then I'm going to be pretty happy about it. And my opponent said I was on 8. I'm not sure I actually am. Let's scroll back through and see. If I didn't take it from Lightning Strike, then yeah, I can see why I would be on 8. Alright, so he's got 4 cards in hand. Looks like he's playing something that's not going to trigger the Eidolon. 4 mana for what? Whip of Erebos. Okay. That's nobody's friend right now. So he's whipping back. Oh, a Hornet Queen. That's great. Yep, the Hornet Queen. Okay. So I have no flying, so I have to take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What is worse than that is that now I can't play any small spells, and he gains back a whole lot. So I think this is going to be my first Game 1 loss on camera after I did all that bragging about Game 1. Okay. So we might actually have to do some sideboarding here. I don't know if there's anything that's that spectacular. I need to board in something to kill some tokens. I think that's about all I want to board in here. Got myself a mountain, and he's going to kill me, so I just have to dump all of my mana here. Yeah. So pay 3, kill a mountain, go to combat. Create token, goblin. I am almost positive there's no way for me to win this, but I may as well turn everybody sideways in an attempt to do so. Maybe I get a couple of shots in with the Flame Speaker and draw some sort of card. Like maybe I get a couple of Stokes and the mana to play them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can make 7 mana. So if I... Yeah, I don't think this is going to work, but we'll still just see how he blocks to see if there's any way I get through this. Okay, so he's got those blocks. That gets through, so I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Kills all that part of my team. And yep, that's game 2. Alright, so that's the first game 1 loss in a long, long time. Alright, so you can see, move to game 2. Alright, so definitely want the Scouring Sands. I think that's it. I don't think we want anything else. The hammer might be less good if I'm dealing with those little guys. Of course, I shouldn't have to deal with them if I've got the token removal. So I think I'm going to try to take out a couple of the fire drinkers. Let's start up that way. Alright, so we're going to see how some minimal sideboarding does in game 2 after an unfortunate game 1 loss. Alright, here we go for game 2. Well, that's an aggressive start. If I drew one more land, this would be pretty good, but I can't depend on that. I don't have the card draw to get me there. And this one has the card draw, but not the 1-drops, so we might get mulliganed into oblivion here. Well, I can't keep that either, so one last mulligan. Alright, we're going to try this from 4. Here we go. It's going to be an adventure. Alright, so if I draw a land, then I can play out my whole hand. Okay, so if I get another one, we'll go break through the line and then just try to ride this fire drinker for a while. And then eventually Scouring Sands away some tokens. This appears to be my fate. 2 cards versus 8. Alright, Scryland. I'm going to get 2 in, right? Come on, land. Hey, land. I'm in the money. Here we go. Break through the line. Bam. Can't stop me now. Alright, I've got him on a 9-turn clock, as is. I suppose it could be more. If I just continue to draw land, then I can pump this guy. Huh? Okay. See what his turn 2 is. Alright, so he hits the second one. Wayfinder. Okay. So he wayfinds a Courser, Whip, Sage, and... Oh, hit the land on the river. Okay. Okay, well I am not going to Sands that quite yet. I'm going to wait for some more value. Okay. What do we draw? We draw another mountain. Okay, I am actually going to pump here. We're gonna race. Okay, draw arrow. Unblockable. Coming in at ya. Pump. Get you for 3. Bam. Alright. So let's see. Let's recalculate here. If I'm getting for 3 every turn, he's actually on a 5-turn clock now. So that jumped way up. So if he draws, or if he plays no other spells, 5 turns from now, we're going to get him. Alright, so I know he's got a land off the Wayfinder. Actually, I'm like probably a 5 to 10% chance to win this game, but I do have 3 lands, which means I can play anything in my deck right now. So the top of my deck is very live. And he's thinking about it. Alright, he bottoms his card, and sends the turn back over to me. So, what do we get on the draw? If we get a Flame Speaker, if by some chance it gets through, then we do actually get a lot of extra draws, which could help to even us out a little bit. My client's really slow, so I thought that I drew a card. So I'm going to try to draw it again. There we go, Hammer Perforos. Well, I don't really want to be getting rid of lands. I also don't want this Slayer to die here. So that's kind of an awkward draw. I think I just continue to try to break this guy through. So I will attack with him. And pump. Does it kill him? He can cut me here. Okay. So he cuts. Well, that opens up some room for my hammer to start getting through. So not spectacular, because that's going to require some setup and also some loss of resources. But I did get a cut and 3 cards out of his hand, or out of his graveyard. So that's something. He still has 7 cards in hand, so he's got plenty of gas to kill me. Maybe he'll be stuck on 3 lands. Who knows? Alright, taps all 3 of the lands that he does have for Courser of Courser. So, he's going to have a land on top, start gaining life on me. Okay, no land on top. He does have a Wayfinder, which will find him some land. He had a land in his hand coming at me. Okay. So maybe when that other Wayfinder comes down, I might blow my Scouring Sands. Okay. So, we'll get the hammer out. And then pass over the turn. So we've got enough lands to where we can make 2 golems. We can also Scouring Sands after a Courser blocks a golem. So that would be some pretty good value here. He'll probably... Well, if he plays that down and I attack in, he'll probably block with a Courser as well as a Wayfinder. Got Commune up on top, huh? Okay, so he's about to fill up his yard. And that would force me to just put all of my damage on a Wayfinder. So I'm going to need to draw another land before I get the Quasi get back in the game, swing through with the Golem, and then Scouring Sands to wipe the board. So, as weird as this is, whip. Come on, man. 1, 2, 3. So he's getting way up there. I suppose it doesn't matter as much as it normally would, because if I'm going to come back, it's going to be like roaring back in kind of comeback. What do we got here? Okay, we got a Rabblemaster. So we can haste a Rabblemaster rather than try to go on this plan. Now he's still gaining a bunch of life, so me hitting him for 4 here is not as big a deal as it normally would be. He doesn't have enough to cut me, so I will get these guys in. So we get him down to 16. He's gaining 3 every turn, so next turn I'll get him for 6. Be down another 3. Yeah. Well, I've got enough mana as it stands to break through a Rabblemaster and 3 goblins. Now, he doesn't have anything to whip back right now, so that's really just for blocking. So if he's not using him to block, the whip's not actually doing any good. There's a Crux of Fate on top. Okay. Well, he can Wrath, but if he does, he's going to be taking out 2 of his own guys, and really only 1 card of mine. It'll be a bunch of threats. But this also makes me want to keep my Scouring Sands back, just because he's... Oh, there it goes. Well, really? Okay, so he doesn't want a Wrath. So maybe this is where I end up using the Sands. Okay, so he got himself a Torrent Elemental in the yard. So if he exiles that, then we start to get into some trouble as far as recursion goes. That card is excellent when it gets going. He's got a Tassiger on top, so he's got plenty of gas. He's definitely going to have enough to play it as cheaply as he wants to. Not that he even needs to play it cheaply, because he's got plenty of land up. So maybe... the pre-combat Scour to make him afraid to block a golem. A Lightning Bolt would be pretty good right now, because then I could Scour and then Bolt and then attack for 6. I'm going to pause while he's thinking about it. He's got a little bit more action and 6 cards still in hand. Man. Alright, he's going to commune. Alright, so he's got the Tassiger right there on top. So he can play this out now, because he'll have 5 in the yard to delve away. He's got 2 up here, so he really only needs to delve 2. So one of those is going to be the, where is it, the Torrent Elemental. This is a deck that the guys at my shop have been working on for a while now, and once it gets rolling, it's pretty good. And he appears to be rolling. So I fully expect to get crushed here on my Mulda 4 on a mono red deck. But I'm still going to fight for it, because Goblin Rabblemaster and Break Through the Line, they can do it. They know what they're doing. So does Whip of Erebos, though. So I'm not looking forward to battling that. Alright, so he gets Tassiger out, and he attacks with everybody. Of course, I can do nothing about this. He gets himself up to 21. The top of my deck could be very important here. And it gives me an Eidolon. I am not in a position to be trading life right now. Okay, well, can he kill me next turn? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Does not appear that he can kill me unless he can whip something back, which he can. So I do need to take those out. And if I do 4, 5, 6, so he just needs something for 4? Can you whip back something for 4? No, he can get close. I do need to Scouring Sands, and then I guess just make the other 2 tokens. So we will Scour. I get to look at the top of my library. Not exactly sure what's going to get me out of this. Probably not going to be a mountain, though. Yeah, I really don't know what I'm looking for. But a mountain does not get me to victory. So do it like that. And then start combat. Yeah, if he kills the Rabblemaster, then I am just dead. Is he going to cut? Okay. Well, there you go. I lost game 1, strangely enough, and game 2. So, happens every once in a while. Hope that you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to have a service on after this, which will not disappoint quite like this deck did. It'll be one of the vintage services, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. This has been Pastor Dustin recording for TeamNerdChurch.com.